Hello.
What up?
Hi, Scotty. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
A little tired, actually, as
Dude,
usual.
all that traveling you do and then come back and go straight to work, dude, I would be tired too.
Yeah, but I hadn't even gone straight to work yet. I've been back home since very, very late Tuesday night, and tomorrow's my day to go back.
Dang. How you doing, PJ?
Hello, Pete.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, and I'm sharing this out. What do you say we get? Oh no! I'm sorry. I've got some announcements to make.
You do.
First of all, today is Robert Murphy's birthday.
Yes, happy
Robert
birthday.
Murphy of Elite Paranormal Society. So whenever you do get a chance to watch this, happy birthday, buddy.
Yep, if you do, happy birthday.
And then everybody else has been announcing this, but in September, the 24th and 25th is the Fear Fest Paracon in Salina, Kansas.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah, it is.
You've been there. So what was it like for you? Was it really awesome? Is it huge?
It was just off. It is huge. It's altogether, it's about a little over 160,000 square feet.
Dang.
And it's all in a box. It's not spread out like Waverly is. It's all in a box, so it is very spacious.
Dang.
Yeah, very spacious across 8 floors. It's just amazing.
It's 8 floors.
8 floors. So you got 6 regular floors, a basement, and a sub basement.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, and every floor supposedly has some type of activity, but I definitely know one floor for sure has a lot of activity. For 2 nights, it just did not have enough time to go through the entire building.
Dude, that is crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so at Fear Fest, we're going to be having a lot of special guests out there, a lot of pun talent out there. I may or may not be there. I don't know for sure yet, but I'm working on that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I really would like to, so.
Do you have any announcements to make?
I don't think so. Just, it's good to have you back, man,
It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Well,
so I'm ready to rock and roll, baby.
ready to jump right into it?
I am. I hope.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest this week, all the way from Ohio. Not very far from where you and I live, Scotty. So,
no, not at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shawn Gilmore.
How's it going?
What's up, brother?
Doing, Shawn?
I'm doing pretty good. I've actually been on vacation for my day job too, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Turn this out. So while I'm doing that, for those out in the audience who may not know who you are, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell them who you are, what group you're a part of, and what you do.
Well, my name's Shawn Gilmore. I've been doing the paranormal for over 10 years. I stopped counting, honestly, how long it's been, but I know it's definitely been more than 10. People really got to know me through Ectovision Paranormal. I was a team manager, and I did the debunking for the team. Of course, I was an investigator. And we did documentaries. And you can find the YouTube videos on YouTube on Ectovision Paranormal. We're also featured on what was the show? I was on Paranormal Survivor. And there's another one that they did the whole team investigations on. Is it Paranormal Case Files?
Yes.
Is that it? Yeah. And so Yeah, so it's Case Files, Paranormal Survivor, YouTube. I have my own podcast called Our Paranormal. It's on RU Media Network. I even got a fancy cup here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my co-host got this for me as a gift. As far as paranormal teams, I'm a part of Dark Alley Paranormal with Ray Gooseby. I don't know if you know him. And I also am a part of another team called Your Paranormal, which my co-host founded that team. And yeah, I don't know. I've been featured in a couple different places throughout the paranormal community. So I don't know.
That is awesome, brother.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I was featured in one of Mike Ricksucker's books.
I feel tiny now, like even more before.
Oh, don't feel tiny. I'm just a dude that loves what I do.
And I'm just a little short guy.
I'm not tall either, man.
How tall are you, Shawn?
I'm 5'8".
No. Jeez. Okay. Wow.
Is that tall?
Compared to me, yeah.
Oh.
I'm
How tall are
5'1".
you? 5'1"? There's people shorter than you, so it's not bad.
Well,
I
thank
bet you
God
learn
for
to climb
that.
a lot, though.
I'll tell you what, Scott has got a whole lot of heart.
Yes. I lied.
Oh, Scotty, you did. Yes. What time?
Dude, it was crazy up there. I'm just saying.
That's awesome. That's okay. I've got mine as well.
Ooh.
But right now I'm kind of munching on the Smarties, still from that big bag that I bought a few weeks ago.
Everybody knows me from my chicken nuggets, and I haven't had them in a while. And everybody's like, they'll yell at me like, "Where's your nuggets, dude?" Like, I'm like, I'm a podcast person, not Nugget Man. But no, clearly I'm the Nugget Man.
Okay, well. Hey,
But
chicken.
your nickname is Little Nugget Eater.
I was going to say my daughter calls them Chicky Nuggies.
No, absolutely, chicken nuggies.
Yeah, we actually had dinner at a place that I forgot what it was called now. All they have is chicken nuggets.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's
Nothing
it.
wrong
It's a
with that.
fast food place. It's just it's like you have a choice between the kids meal, which is a 2-piece, a 3-piece, a 4-piece, and then you get like a 10-piece or something, and some coleslaw and fries. That's it, man. That's all they have. I forgot the name of it. I'll have to Google it. But yeah, chicken nuggets are good.
They are, dude. They are.
Make them in the air fryer.
Oh yeah, dude. Absolutely. and I like my hot stuff. So
That he does, that's for sure.
So Tim and Crystal went down to Louisiana, and when they were down there, they went to a sauce shop, and well, they picked me up. Let's see if I can do this. This Tabasco. This is a scorpion sauce, and this is rated 2 million on a Scoville, so which is hotter than a ghost pepper. So,
Wow.
And the plastic's still on it, which means I haven't tried it, but at some point tonight, if you don't mind, Mr. Gilmore, I would love to try this tonight.
I would love to see it.
So,
I'd love to see it.
What you really should see.
boy,
You know where I'm going with this, Scotty.
the toe of Satan.
Yep. It's it's a hot. What is it? A lollipop?
It's a hot sucker. It's 9 million on a Scoville.
Yeah. I won't give away what happens. But I will say that it was very entertaining, funny, to the point where I was literally crying. It was like that.
Oh, absolutely, Jimmy. And if you have any questions for Shawn, please feel free to ask him some questions. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So,
Shawn, you have there's an event coming up next weekend.
Oh, the Parapsychon.
Yeah. So are you running this, or are you just setting up there?
No, I'm not even setting up there. My friends from Tri-State Paranormal, Greg Paketic, Kathy Paketic, and their team, they run it, and it's at Ohio State Reformatory, and it's a really cool event, man. They fill the place up with all different vendors, paranormal investigators, psychics, and they have, of course, their celebrities that come there. I'm just gonna go there. I found a deal on Groupon, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take my kids there. I'm gonna introduce them to some of my friends, and it'll be my kids' first time seeing a haunted location. So it'll be a day self-guided tour of the haunted Ohio State Reformatory, man. So I'm excited to show them and see what they think, and then after that, some friends are coming, and some friends that are coming in town for the event. We're gonna meet up. And we got the haunted Gill House, and we're going to investigate the haunted Gill House after the con. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that location is only like 20 minutes away from the OSR. So it's a close location, and it's a beautiful old mansion with a cool history. And I've investigated there one time before, so it'll be a good time for sure.
So you said that this is your kid's first time checking the location out.
Yeah.
How old are they?
12, 11, and 7.
Oh, wow. Start them off young.
I mean, they're not going to be investigating. They're just going to be going around an old haunted building, right? So I don't know. For me personally, my kids aren't ready. My son, he's hyper. I couldn't imagine taking him on an investigation. That'd be a mess. But it'll be cool for them to see an old haunted prison and meet some good people.
Absolutely. I mean, my son, who's 17, he loves. He's part of the junior team of things with Jeremy, and he loves going on investigations. And I think he's more intrigued by the history behind a lot of the places, which I think is what gets him really enthused to do it. So I got kind of lucky there. So
that's awesome. It's cool though. I mean, when your kids show the interest in the history and everything, that's a win, man. I don't know. I don't force any of this on my kids. I don't I talk about what I do sometimes, and they watched all the documentaries I was in and when I was on TV and all that. They watch all that stuff, but I don't like push for them to go out there. My daughter, my oldest, she gets nervous. One time we left her home alone. This was like last summer. So she had just turned 12. And we left her home, and she went up to her room, and she found her box of drawing utensils. She's a real big sketch artist, and so she found her art supplies on her bed, and she didn't put them there. So she freaked out. She got really scared. We came home to her sitting on the front porch. She was just sitting there. It turned out my son got her box down and borrowed a pencil for something he wanted to write down. So yeah, she's not ready. But But it's it's to each their own. Our house, it's a century home, but it's nothing like what I grew up in. So if they ever feel the need, they know that they're welcome. And if they, their friends, they come to me for help. It's pretty funny. I shouldn't say funny. It's cute when they come to me because their friends get scared at their houses, and so they'll send me a Facebook message or whatever they're on. Someone will even text me and ask me, and of course, their parents don't want anything to do with it, so they're like, "Oh no, we're not." So I always tell them, like, "Look, there's very little I can do just from talking to you. But if your parents ever want to have me and my team come in, I'd be happy to come in. I'd even be happy to do a free cleansing, whatever. It won't cost a thing other than a little bit letting us into your home." And I haven't had one of my kids' friends' parents be okay with it, which again, it's fine. Not everybody is okay with it. This one woman who's like a big PTA woman, she's like, I don't do that paranormal stuff. I don't believe in it. That's not real. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. I think that people like that are mostly afraid. So that's just my opinion. There's a lot of fear. People fear what they don't understand.
Exactly.
No, and that's absolutely right. I mean, it always seems like there's people out there who, like you said, they're scared or whatever, but they have a ghost story that they can tell you.
I'm sure.
My wife is a skeptic, but there's things that she'll be like, she can tell you, that she's experienced, but yet she's still very skeptic of some of this stuff. So people are interesting at times.
Well, they really are. They really are. But it's just about they get afraid. So all right away they don't agree. They don't want to believe in it, so they say that they don't, and they don't have time for it and whatever. Okay, It's not my job to change your mind. It's not my job. I'm not your pastor. I'm not anything. I'm a paranormal investigator. If you have a problem, give me a call. I'm happy to help. And that's just about it. I'm never going to push for it. It's not, I mean, the last thing you could do, I mean, that'd be like, I don't know, trying to get a Jewish person to say Hail Mary or something. I don't know. Like, you're not going to go try and change somebody's beliefs. That's not what it's about.
Right. Yeah, and then once they have that one defining experience, they turn into a believer. And it's like, hey, okay, I think I'm ready for you to come check my house out now. Now, I'm sure you probably had that happen too, haven't you?
I have. Oh, for sure. There are people. Oh, now I know why you do this, Shawn. Now I know. And then the people from high school will message you, right? And they're like, "Oh,
yes,
isn't that great?" When they message you, they're like, "Oh no." Then they start telling you their stories. I love it. I actually learned about a lot of the town I lived in has a pretty deep-seated history with Wicca and everything, and nobody ever talks about it. And it's I didn't know it until I was older and into the paranormal, and people started to tell me the stories and tell me about their families. Like, oh, so some of the stories that you hear are true. Okay, so it's cool. And that's all part of it, though. Talking about it and getting it out there, helping people realize they're not alone. And honestly, a lot of times that's all you need to do is just understand, just have an understanding, right?
Yep.
And it's not always something to be afraid of. In fact, most of the time, it's not anything to be afraid of. It's not like most homes, like, at least when you're dealing with homes, right? Most homes aren't going to have something in there that's dark, and unless it somehow was invited. So most homes aren't going to have that. Most homes are going to be some sort of residential spirit that might be pissed off. It might seem negative. It might seem demonic at first, but then you realize, oh, this is just some spirit. I mean, it could be something really stupid. They don't like the color of their walls. I've ran into that. We're doing an investigation, and the spirit was just like, They're having all sorts of negative activity, getting messed with while they're sleeping and everything. And we had a psychic come in because we were having trouble connect, but we knew something was there. And they said they don't like the color of the walls. I'm like, okay, let's paint the walls and let's see if it changes. Painted the walls, and sure enough, it changed. So now they paint the walls, and they're I don't know if they're doing it, but they're supposed to leave like a shot glass or something of like whiskey like once a month or something. And but I haven't heard from them, so I suppose no news is good news, right?
Yeah, I had never heard of something like that where they simply did not like the color of the wall.
It could be, man, so many things. If you think about a grumpy old man who loved their house, they built it with their own hands. They don't like the way something is. Yeah.
True, yeah, but I never did think about the paint on the walls. I mean that's a new one for me.
Well, when you think about, especially like older houses, and people start renovating houses, they say that that can really strip anything that might be residual in there or any kind of activity, because you're changing what they know. So that even painting would make sense.
Yeah. And it was like a blue color. So like if he's used to like a white wall, I mean, we don't even know if spirits can like really see a color, but who knows what blue would look like on their side.
Right.
Maybe it looked black to him. Maybe he couldn't see something that he's used to being able to see.
Yeah. And I was just thinking that as well when you said, maybe looking at a different color. I was thinking, if it's blue, maybe they perceive it as black, dude. That's a great point.
Yeah. And it can also help the room seem smaller too.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows how spirits perceives it? There's no way for us to know that.
Right. Until we become one, and I'm not in any big hurry to become one yet.
No. I think that there's only a few really good psychics that might know. They might have an idea. They still don't fully know.
Dang.
I know one or two that might be able to help us out on some answers on that one.
I think that I know a lot of really good psychics too, but I think they could tell us kind of like their perception of what it's like. But could they possibly seriously understand it? I don't think anyone living could, but that's me, my own ideals. What do I know? I'm just I live, so I'm like you. I'm not in a rush to find out. I want to find my goal when I go into someone's house is usually to bridge that communication gap. 9/10 out of time, that's what they need. They need that communication gap covered, and so that there can be a mutual understanding between the living resident and the non-living resident.
Yeah, because they need it, because most clients don't really understand what needs to be done to do that.
Right. And then they start doing EVP sessions in their home, setting up cameras. They think that they're doing the right thing because they see it on TV, not realizing that they're making it worse.
Oh, absolutely. And I think a lot of people go through that, when they watch Ghost Hunters, Ghost Nation, Ghost Adventurers, they want to do what they're doing. And sometimes they don't. If you're not understanding it, you're just going to make things worse. You're not going to make it better.
Right. Definitely. Another case I had was a couple that something followed them home. They went to I forgot which prison it was, but they went to an old haunted prison, went to one on a date, the one on like a tour or whatever, and they brought something home with them. People don't think that people want to have experience, but they don't realize the real risks of doing this. And if you don't handle it right, then you're more likely to. I mean, it doesn't take much for a spirit to take a liking to you. It's just like meeting, like if you meet somebody that you like. I mean, the thing is, like we have the reasoning to know, like, we got to go to our home. Well, the spirit always meets someone that they are like for whatever reason, or maybe they really don't like them. Who knows? But they decide to follow them home. Maybe they like the way they smell. Maybe they remind them of their mother. Maybe they remind them of their child. And so they follow them home. And next thing they know, they got someone in their home that's not welcome.
Or maybe that person gives off a certain kind of energy as well.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah, especially if that person is sensitive, where they might be able to sense them, and that would attract them as well.
Yeah. Definitely. Spirit. I mean, for me, I'm an empath. So if I go somewhere and where spirit isn't used to people like me going to, that's where I'm really careful, because I know that the chances are, like, hey, this guy knows I'm here. This guy, he can sense me, and so that could make them want to stay with me. And so I take a couple extra. That's where the shielding and protection comes in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I completely lost track of what I was going to ask you. I had something very specific I was going to ask you about. I completely lost track of. What about this guy?
Hey, I can't read minds, dude. I have no idea what you was going to ask.
I know. It was right on the tip of my tongue. It had something to do with a convention. I can't.
Is it the Ghost Hunt?
Maybe. MadCon.
MadCon. Okay.
Is that what it is? Yeah, Madison Seminary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you have something to do with that one as well?
Just the good friends run it from Madison Seminary. Adam Kimmel. They're actually doing the MadCon, and then there's going to be the new one, which is going to be in August. It's Randolph, the RCI Con, I think is what they're calling it.
Okay.
Randolph County Infirmary one, and then they have the MadCon, which is in September. And so they do this. So they do it for a fundraiser to raise money. The MadCon is for CF, cystic fibrosis, and I don't remember FCI. I don't remember which one they're doing this year, but they do it to raise money for different causes that they want to support. So it's really cool. They have yeah. So you go. Anyone can get a table, right? You can just get one for your team, and you set up a table, and you will hang out with some really cool people. That the team that Adam has put together to run his locations is amazing. And people go there, and it's just like, man, you go there, and it's like going to a reunion, man. You're just hanging out with good people,
Right.
And they have things that they raffle off to raise money for their charities, and it's just a good time. You get day tours, and then at night they do the public hunt with their special guests.
Aren't they also doing something at Fairfield as well?
Yes, Fairfield. That's in Randolph County. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, ouch. Sorry, Adam. Oh, no. Sorry, Adam. It's Fairfield County Infirmary. There's Adam has nothing to do with Randolph County. My bad. Seriously. Oof.
Yeah, and Holly says that's July 24th in
Look at that.
Fairfield, Indiana.
Pulling up dates for me and everything. Thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't have much to do with those. I just support them. My podcast is on RU Media Network, and so we support their events because they support us, and because they're our friends, and we support their cause.
That's good, and I like that they are using their events to support charities. I really like that idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it it's a lot like the relief project, only this is going to an actual charity instead of just giving a free investigation to the frontline people.
Right.
Yeah.
Def- Definitely. It's Adam's always been like so cool like that though. When he did have Randolph County Infirmary, they did the first con where they raised money for cystic fibrosis, and they carried that over to Madison, and that's where MadCon started, and that went to. They've raised so much money for them, and it's awesome. And you know what, my daughter, she was invited to do a special thing. It was the Young Leaders. I don't remember, Young Leaders Association. I can't remember. It's in Washington D.C. It's a convention that they have for young kids to learn to be leaders. And my daughter was nominated to be a part of it. And this thing costs over $2,000 for her to go to. That doesn't even count getting there. And so we did a GoFundMe, and Adam and a lot of the crew donated a lot of their hard-earned money for my daughter to be able to go. And we raised the money very quickly thanks to a lot of people in the paranormal community. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do what I'm doing for the Felicias with the public ghost hunt that I'm doing. Because it's just people, it's when you see people come together, it's such a beautiful thing. And there's people that need it, man. You know, we're so very fortunate. We're so fortunate that we have people support my daughter and going and being this. And this is something that she'll be able to use and, you know, trying to get into colleges when she's applying. And it's just such a great opportunity. So, I mean, why just spread the love, man. And so that's what gave me the idea for the ghost hunt I am hosting.
That is awesome, dude. Absolutely awesome.
It is awesome. It's wonderful seeing something like that. I think this field needs more of that, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Holly again. Fairfield, the fair is a Blue Star. Yes.
Okay. I'm going back into.
Yeah, we got a question from Dan Draper, but I can't post it up because I don't know how to do that because, you know, it's me. But
you mean my account, Scotty?
I don't know, just in StreamYard. But he asks, he goes, how do mediums prove what they hear and see? Yeah, that like that. I can't do that. So, I
don't know if it's a matter of really proving it, right? I think when you work with a medium, it's important that you know and trust them. You know, just through experiences that they're accurate in what they're reading. I don't know if there's really a right way or wrong way for it. There's psychics that I know that I would, if someone said there's a spirit standing behind me, I full-heartedly would believe them. And then there's others that I'd be like, oh, they're just looking for attention. You kind of learn who they are just by working with them. So it's really hard, but just through different things, like when you have things like what I explained, like someone says, oh, if you change the color of those walls, and you change the color of the walls, and then boom, that's your confirmation right there. You get all different types of confirmation that you can get. Get readings from them. Don't tell them anything, and see how accurate they are. Take notes. A lot of good psychics will even let you use a digital recorder and record the session so you can go back to it, replay it, and but do that, and you'll get your confirmation if they're legit. There's one psychic that I always recommend in my area. Her name is Melinda Carver. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. Okay, so a couple of years ago, I was helping her with a ghost hunt, And it was at an old armory in Parma, Ohio. And I went outside. I don't remember if I told anyone outside. I just went outside to smoke a cigarette. And I was outside smoking, and it was one of those doors that if you let it close all the way, it locks. And they had a little door stopper. And so I put the door stopper out, and I was smoking, and all of a sudden I heard a clank, clank. And I was like, I turned back, and sure enough, the door stopper popped out, and I was locked out. I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to stand here and smoke a cigarette. When I'm done, I'll start pounding on the door, I guess. So I'm standing there about 3/4 of the way done with my smoke. And here comes Melinda. Hey. I'm like, what's up? She's like, oh, I was told you were locked out. I was like, by who? I haven't even told anyone I'm locked out yet. And she's like, oh, no, Spirit told me. I was like, oh, no shit. I was like, wow, that was really cool. Like, holy cow. Like, how, like, that's just, that to me just, like, blew my mind. Like, because that's the confirmation right there. There's nobody that knew I was locked out except for myself. And she came out. She was on the other side of the building. She was giving the beginning tour of the ghost hunt. So she was on the other side of the building. That's why I thought it was a good time to smoke a cigarette, because I'd be out of the way. And when I'm doing those things, I try to stay out of sight when I'm smoking, because to me, that's just, I don't know. I don't smoke anymore, so I'm an ex-smoker. But when I did smoke, I would try and like hide, because I felt like when you're doing an event, or maybe it just comes from working, you know, I don't want my customers to see me smoking. So, same type of deal. So, I don't know. I thought that right there, boom. And then that night, man, she just was on point the entire night. So you just kind of learn through experience who's legit and who's not.
Mm-hmm. And it's not always the easiest thing in the world to do that either.
Not at all.
Yeah, because I've been in this field for almost 12 years now, and there's only 2 people that I've worked with who have proven themselves of their gifts. So
It's tough.
Yeah, it is.
It's tough. A lot of the I don't want to say fake, but a lot of the psychics that aren't genuine, they will know a lot about the human psychosis and how the mind works, and that's how they do they're able to pull off what they do. It's because they have an understanding on how the human brain works and on psychology. So you got to be really careful, because they can be really tricky. They can be really tricky.
Found that out too.
Yeah.
They'll get you, and then they'll charge you an arm and a leg to come to your house and do a sage.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep.
Next thing you know, you're being charged $800 for a reading and a cleansing of your home.
And in investigations too.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yes. Well, Don wants to know have you ever been truly frightened?
I honestly, I think that any investigator would be lying if they said they didn't get scared. We deal with scary stuff sometimes, especially when we run into something negative, whether if it's human or inhuman. It can get scary. But my first experiences when I was a kid was with something that was very negative, and it was very scary, and I learned to sleep facing the wall so I couldn't see what was behind me. So yeah, I've been scared a couple times.
Yeah, I'm going back into our chat, Shawn, and there was one charity event. I think you might have just kind of mentioned it earlier. You know, if you can go into some great detail about it. Charity Ghost Hunt for Brian.
Yes. I'd be happy to. This is the Ghost Hunt for Brian is the event that I have started with Dark Alley Paranormal. We're hosting it with Dan Class and also with Austin Maynard. It is at the Middle Point School. It's in Northwest Ohio, in Middle Point, Ohio. It's an old haunted school, and I haven't been there yet, but I hear nothing but freaking awesome things about this place. And I reached out to Austin knowing that he and his team, the Underground Paranormal Network, I know that they host a lot of different locations and they help promote these historic locations. So he was the first person I reached out to, said, hey, I want to do this event. Is there any way that, you can help out? And he's like, which location do you want? I'm like, oh, you're going to give me options. Okay. So I took that to Dark Alley Paranormal. We voted as a team and we decided on Middle Point School. And that's where we're going to have it. And it's for Brian Felicia. He's a fellow paranormal investigator from Michigan. He and his wife are investigators. Brian has cancer. He is going through his first round of chemo right now. And he's working through it. He's working his day job through this. He's right. I mean, he's going through hell and he's working through it. And he does not have a cushy desk job like me. I'll admit, I have a cushy desk job. I don't. He does hard labor. I don't want to put his business out there, but I guarantee you the work he does is not easy. And he goes out there and he pushes through it through chemo. Wow. By the time the event is on August 7th, by the time that starts, he's going to be in the second round of chemo. And hopefully, I don't know how many rounds he's going to have to go through, but I know it's beating him up. And if it gets to the point that he can't work anymore, which honestly, everyone I know that's had cancer, I don't know if they've made it this far, but he does it to support his family. And so they actually started a GoFundMe, and their GoFundMe account got compromised. They made about halfway to their goal, which is amazing. They made an amazing amount. I think it was just under $10,000, but still, when you have a family, you have these medical bills just racking up. It's a drop in the bucket. And so Dan Class, he started a Facebook fundraiser, which did really well. And so now that's done. We're dropping off this. We're jumping with this one. So it's Saturday, August 7th. It's $50 a person. There are fees. That's the only money that's not going to go to the Felicias. The tickets are $50. $50 that tickets are going to the Felicias. I'm seeing none of it. Austin's seeing none of it. Dan Class, he's donating his time, well, just like we are. So no money is going to anywhere other than the Felicias. Which is it's honestly it's an attestament to Dan, it's a testament to Austin Maynard and the Middle Point School, the owner of Middle Point School, and everybody else who's coming together. Actually, Terry Long from Long Gone Dolls, she's donated a doll. That's what's behind me here. This guy here. He's she takes dolls and she refurbishes them into being creepy. Oh, this one's a zombie style.
I seen that earlier, dude. I was like, man, that is a creepy looking doll, but I like it.
Yeah, dude, these things do not come inexpensive. They're hand painted. Look at all the detail that's on here.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way to the bottoms of the shoes. I mean, the detail, the back. Look at these eyes.
Dude, that is so awesome, dude.
Dude, Terry Long does an awesome job. It's with Long Gone Dolls. She does have an Etsy channel, but she donated this so we can auction this off or do like tickets. So do like a raffle. So we're going to do that. We're going to raffle, and that led to more ideas that we're going to do to raise more money for the Felicias. We're going to do a thing where for an extra $10, you can most of the time when you do like a public ghost hunt, you're with a big group the whole time. You don't really get to experience like a place by yourself. Well, for an extra $10 donation to the Felicias, we're going to let you go to one of the most haunted locations in the building by yourself. Do a solo run.
Dude, that is awesome, man.
Yeah, and then Austin had he has I don't know if it's the God helmet, but he has some sort of ghost helmet thing that he just briefly explained to me. He said that he'd let people try that out for an extra donation. So we're going to do these things. It's all about raising money for the Felicias. Like I said, 100% of the money is going to them. We are seeing none of it. Brian, my co-host of my show, and I, from our paranormal, we are going to donate food for the event. So right now we're thinking pizza. We want to be COVID, keep COVID in mind. So we just want to make sure that we're able to do this like in a clean way. We don't want anyone to be uncomfortable, right? But we're going to donate. Right now we're thinking pizza and some beverages so that people will have that to eat while they're coming, because we know $50 is a lot of money. It's a lot to ask from people, but we want to hit a goal of at least $1,500 for the Felicias, and that's how we did it. We're gonna have 30 people, which again, I know it sounds like a lot of people, but that's how we're gonna hit this goal. And then doing more things like this is how we're gonna raise even more money for the Felicias, which they really need, because they're going through a real hard time, and it's hard to watch a friend go through a hard time like that. So that's why, man, a lot of people in the community are coming together for this. So, but yeah, I see Nick. He says that this is an awesome doll, dude. Come to the event, man, and you can win the doll. All you have to do is get a raffle ticket, and you can win this guy. So,
no, anybody that's holding on to that doll, some people that I know would have a very hard time letting him go. Yeah, they would have a very hard time letting him go.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I've told. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to. I kind of want to keep him. I think he looks good on my shelf over here. I think he looks good right here by my drum.
Absolutely, dude.
And that is on August the 7th?
Yes, it's Saturday, August the 7th from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. At the Middle Point School in Middle Point, Ohio. It's in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah. Again, so the people that'll be there will be myself, Dan Class, Austin Maynard, and then the Cryptic Paranormal Show, Ray Gooseby, Denise, and Michael. They're three hosts. They'll be there. And I haven't got it fully confirmed yet, but I've been working with an old friend of mine who is a psychic to see if we can maybe get an event psychic to join us. So I don't know if I should announce that or not, because I'm not 100% sure.
I would probably wait until you come.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. But she's a good old friend of mine. I trust her. I even got my dog from her. And she's pretty local to the location, so I think it'll be a good fit. Hopefully she'll be able to come. And
I hope so.
Yeah, we've already sold quite a few tickets, so tickets are going pretty quick. We made a Facebook page or an event page through the Dark Alley Paranormal Facebook page, but there's also to buy tickets. there's a link for that, and it's literally it's ghosthuntforbrian.eventbee like the bug.com.
I got that scrolling at the bottom of our screen right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with all the comments and whatnot. That's why I keep looking down.
Tim Kohler is on, and he's asking you to start tasting the sauce.
So, oh no!
Oh no! Is it time?
He wants you to take a sauce break. My theory is once you start dipping into the sauce, that'll be the last time we see of you tonight.
No, I got plenty of drink. You know, it
Is this that hot sauce?
Yeah, this is hot, really, really hot sauce.
So just like take like a little drop.
Yeah.
You know what? What's funny is so Doritos, they have. I was at the Walmart. Oh, he's gonna do it. We're at Walmart and they had a roulette Doritos bag. So it's like you didn't know if you're gonna get a spicy Dorito or not. So when we were at my youngest daughter's softball game, I got one for my two older kids, and we each had a bag, and we're having fun with that. But I think that this is probably a little bit hotter than the Doritos.
Yeah, probably.
This isn't going to turn you into Spirit, is it? Oh, what did you put that on? A chicken nugget?
It's on a chicken nugget. So just so everybody knows, I do have 2 million Scoreville hot sauce on this nugget. I'm shaking. I ain't gonna lie. I'm shaking.
Oh.
So this is the point where I'm waiting for that animation to come through where the red line starts coming up to the top of his head and then steam blows out of his ears.
You can tell. You can usually tell when it's about to. The first, it's like, this tastes pretty good. And then it hits you out of nowhere.
No, it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Wait till it hits you.
I don't know if it's the light you have there, or if you're starting to sweat a little bit.
It's a light. Yeah, that's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all.
Nothing. Oh,
Nothing.
You must be used to the hot sauce then, huh?
I mean, no. I mean, it has some kick to it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, you can feel it, but that's actually really good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a really good sauce. I'm just saying, bro.
Well, Jennifer Conahan is saying that you're turning red.
Well, he's getting more. He's getting more. Oh.
Well, that's pretty good. I'm not lying, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, this. Let me grab the box. I'll show you.
I guess we're going into the show and tell segment of the show here.
No. Just real fast. Yeah, right here. Right here, yeah. It says 2 million on the Scoville. So I wasn't lying.
What does that mean, Scoville? What does that even mean? I'm not familiar. I'm not into hot foods.
So each like pepper and stuff is rated on the Scoville. You know, like a jalapeno is probably, I think they said like 300,000 on a Scoville, to where like the ghost pepper is over 1 million, and I think the Carolina Reaper is about 3 million. So this would be just shy of a Carolina Reaper. So, but anyways, it's burning my tongue. I ain't gonna lie, but it's good sauce. So, anyways, so there you go, Tim. I tried your sauce and it's amazing. I'm gonna make some chili with it.
Nice.
Yes, Don, it's hot.
So Scotty is the daredevil of our team.
So he's like the Aaron, where you get the spirits ramped up and then you lock them in the closet.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah. What?
Yeah, but the thing about Scotty is that he has no fear.
Oh, yes, I do. Like, I won't. See, yeah, Robert White just posted a thing on the Scoville. But a spider, yeah, I want to hold a spider. Nope, ain't happening. No.
Oh, they have those. They have these tarantulas. You see them on TikTok. You get like these tarantulas. You get them, they're like crunchy, and they eat them.
No. I will eat a Carolina Reaper before I eat one of those candy tarantulas. Yeah, no.
Okay.
And you know, the fact that you just put it out, I know some of these people, and it's probably going to happen now.
So this should become like a segment on every show, like Dare Scotty.
Oh no.
Dare Scotty segment. I think you guys got to start that.
Well, if that happens, then you always got to be on because you came up with it. I'm just saying, brother.
Okay, I'll do it just for the Dare Scotty segment.
Okay. I appreciate that,
This
brother.
This week we dare Scotty to eat chocolate covered ants.
Ooh, I'd probably do that.
You know, there's
then you need sponsors to pay for them.
Do these wings, these hot wings. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, like
where the interviewer and the interviewee are both eating the same type of sauce throughout the
interview.
Eating wings with varying levels of hot sauce.
Yes,
and it gets hotter each time they go, and they do this throughout the entire show.
Yeah, I'm not the one for that, man. We went to the wings, to the wing place. What is it, B-Dubs? And we got the spicy garlic sauce, and my tongue was on fire from that. So, that to Scotty, that's probably like nothing. It's probably like a candy cane to him. Probably like cinnamon,
and
like big red gum.
Say that. Like I've done stupid, you know. Mini Nitro Gummy Bear, that's 9 million on a Scoville, and me and my neighbor Mason both did it, and then we chased it with a chicken wing covered in what was it called, Mad Dog 357 hot sauce. So it was another 357,000 Scoville. That messed me up. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that one was rough.
What about the Pocky one chip challenge? Have you heard of that?
I have not done that. That is one I do want to do. I've done the Fuego box, which is the little chocolate that's 3 million. So yeah, I want to do the one chip challenge.
I mean, that thing is that chip. It's a $20 chip.
Yeah, dude, it's an expensive chip. It really is.
$20 chip. It's like, I don't know. It's a serious chip.
It is.
Do you at least get a shirt for buying?
I don't think so. No, I don't think you do. And a lot of them you don't. You know, like Buffalo Wild Wings, who have the hot sauce, you can get on the wall of flame and stuff. But
yeah,
most of the things that I try, no, I just pray that I don't get lava pants the next day. That's my biggest prize, is that I don't get it.
Is that what they call that?
That's what I call it. When a burn's coming out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just got an idea for you, Shawn. For the Ghost Time for Brian, you should have. I really want Scott to hear this one.
I'm listening. I'm showing my daughter where the 1/4 measurement is on her.
So what you ought to do is do an event out there. You know how like they have the pie eating contest or the hot dog eating contest. Do that for the hot wings in the varying levels of hot sauce.
Oh, dude, that would be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it's got to be the first one in line for that one.
I'd be nervous, but I'd probably do it.
I don't know. See, one time my wife got me. She was being nice, and she snuck this a smoky, you know, the beef jerky smokies that you get at the deli. She got some at the deli, and she thought she would just. Cause I love beef jerky. I love that type of stuff, and so she put it in my lunch, and I bit into it. It was a ghost pepper smoky. I was not prepared for it, and I worked on the phones, and I was on the phone with a customer. I've been, oof, it's no joke. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not big into spicy, so that was a fun surprise.
Well, Scotty and I are, but I think Scott a lot more so than I am.
But it's weird because I never used to be like ever when growing up and stuff. I never liked the hot stuff, and then I don't know. As I got older, I just kind of I'm like, hey, I want to try that. So.
You need some spice in your life, you know, guys. Kick it up a notch.
I think I just did.
Okay, so that is Middle Point School.
Yes.
Sunday, August 7th from 6 to 1.
Yes.
All proceeds are going to Brian and his family.
Yes. Everybody that's helping everyone's coming and we're all donating our time. It's literally the only money that's not going to the Felicias are like the $2 fees that goes with the that goes to the event B. I wanted to find I looked at a lot of different ways to sell the tickets because I didn't want the fees, because I want 100% of the money to go to the Felicias. I don't want anyone questioning that. But it's just also, it needs, the way I'm selling tickets also needs to be in a way that people can trust, and it's in a way that, you know, so to keep things professional and to make sure things are done right. Austin Maynard is letting me use his Event B account, but like I said, at $50 of every ticket is going to the Felicias. It goes directly to them. I see none of it. No one sees any of it except for the Felicias. And that's how it's going to be for everything that we're going to be selling, everything we're going to be doing to raise money for them. It's all of it will go. So yes, we're going to see some of the money, but it's going to be sent directly to them. And because I know a lot of, you know, you hear the horror stories about people that go and raise money and they don't do the right thing. There's no way, no how I'm going to have anything to do with any sort of shady nonsense like that. The Felicias are good friends of mine. I met them through Facebook, and we've always gone back and forth, and they've always talked a lot. And I invited them to come to my show because I'm all about getting people in the paranormal community out, and that, you know, giving everybody, you know, because every team, it doesn't matter what your specialty is. It doesn't matter if you have a book out, if you make documentaries, or if your team just does investigations. Your team needs to be put out there, right? And so I asked them to come on the show, and they ended up turning me down because Brian was sick, and I didn't know how bad it was until pretty recently. So, like I said, the guy's working through chemo. I didn't know how bad it was.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
He's working through chemo. He's getting his chemo treatments, and then he goes to work. It's crazy. I think the way that he does it, because I see the posts, he gets his chemo treatments on Fridays, and so he must have like the weekend to try and to feel better. But still, it beats you up, and he's been through surgeries for this cancer and everything. So I'm surprised by everything that he's still able to do.
Yeah,
you know what? As a father myself, you know, you have a family to support. You're going to push yourself over and beyond, because you know your family needs you. I know if something like that were to happen to me and my family, that would be devastating. Financially, amongst, you know, plus my health and everything else that comes along with that. But we can't help that. You know, that's a fight that, you know, we pray for Brian, we push. we send healing energy to him, and hopefully he's able to receive that and he's able to heal. But ultimately we can't affect that, but we can try and make the financial burden not be as much of a burden for them, so he can focus on his family and his family can focus on him.
So how long has he been battling this?
I don't know the exact time. I want to say it's been close. It's been a little while though. They just put it out there a couple months ago, but I know it's been. I found out.
Hot sauce? No.
I want to say I found out pretty close to a year ago.
Wow.
I've been sitting on that for a while, but I mean, it's not it's not my business to.
And going through chemo like he is, my dad had cancer and died and passed away almost 10 years ago. It makes you sick, man. And so the fact that he's out there enduring all that and working hard, dude, man, that's amazing. I mean, that is such a strong spirit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Seriously, though, it really is. I can't believe it. Like I said, he doesn't have an easy job either. He doesn't have the, he's not sitting at a desk all day. He's outside. He's working. He's doing hard labor. I can't believe he does it. But, like I said, at the same token, being a father, having kids and having a wife that depend on you, you don't, that's a piece that you can't let go of, that's something that and, at some point in time, he's going to have to put himself first at some point in time. And when that
absolutely.
time comes, we want him to have the financial, somewhat of his financial cushion for it.
Well, he's definitely serving as an inspiration for everybody. Yeah,
They're awesome. They're awesome people. Oh, you know what I forgot? Jeff Fent. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He was selling pieces of the Hinsdale house to raise money for the Felicias. So even Jeff Fent getting involved in this.
Nice.
Dude, that is awesome. That is
I think that I'm pretty sure I saw that name earlier. I'm going through the chat right now. I'm pretty sure I saw him in here earlier. Maybe.
I'm hoping that he comes to the event. He's a busy guy, so he hasn't given me a full commitment. But as soon as he does, I will add him to the poster. And he's Jeff Fenton. He's a good guy. He takes wood from haunted locations and he builds spirit box frames. So he'll make like the wood casing.
Yeah.
For like the spirit box. It's really cool what he does. I mean, he's made
that's awesome.
Yeah. I wish I had that. I mean, I was the only male in my house. My mom was a single mom. I didn't have anyone to show me how to use power tools, and my school, I guess, was scared to let me do it. So I never got to learn.
Right. I didn't either. I was too short. I couldn't see up. I couldn't see over the table to cut stuff. It would have been like this. It just wouldn't work.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it could have been, I guess. They could give me a step stool. That would have helped.
Right? I think that nowadays they probably would have done that.
Right.
These are different. Now they're all about inclusion, right? So rightfully so. So right now they would have made sure that you could have been included, and they would have
Darn.
I know. It's pretty cool to see what they do though for the inclusion. I'm all about it.
Mm-hmm. And too. And I think that's why you and I gel so well together.
Yeah, for sure.
You just got that personality, Jeremy. There's just something about you. It's your charisma and your nice
beard,
locks.
Beard. I mean, he's got he puts like my beard like I keep mine trimmed and kind of short. Like this is the longest it'll get. I'll probably trim it here in a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Look at that. I keep mine trimmed nice, well trimmed.
Well, if I let mine grow out too much, I start to look like my dad, and I don't want to look too much like him.
I'm kind of wanting to try mine. Other times I don't want to, and I get so many people saying, "Don't touch it, just let it go." I'm like, I don't want to just let it go. You need to keep it nice.
You'd be like Josh Bender from Deadlight and get that like ZZ Top thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's no way. There's no way I
Josh
can
won a contest for it. You can win contests for best beard. It's a thing.
I know. I've seen those contests. Best beard, best mustache is.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of patience for that. I have thought about one time maybe trying to do one of those handlebar mustaches, but again, I don't think I have the patience to try to grow that out. I either want it now or never.
Yeah, don't look at me. It's probably just never going to happen. So, especially at my age. So,
I never thought like I would get into it either, but then I started to work from home, then I didn't have to shave, and like, but it's itchy. How do I get past it? And actually, Josh Bender from Deadlight, he actually told me there's like conditioner and all this stuff that you get for your beard. I'm like, I had no clue that there was stuff for beards out there. So, so now, you put I got to the point where I could stand having a beard. And then laziness takes in because, I'm not going to the office or anything. So it just keeps on going. And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, yeah, I have to trim that.
Yeah, but it's a good look. It really is.
It hides the second and third chin a little bit.
That's one of the main reasons why I got mine, too.
Yeah, and that's what's so depressing that I can't grow one, because if I could at least grow a beard, people wouldn't go, man, you're really short, dude. If I could grow a nice beard, at least I'd go, dude, you're short, but you got a great beard. Thanks, man. Nah, it ain't happening for me, dude. Nope.
Okay, so I got to ask you, what did it look like when you did try to grow it out?
Not good, man. Not good.
Is it like splotchy? Is it like?
Well, no, I got gray hair. Okay, I'm almost 50, but my facial hair is actually kind of blondish, like a strawberry blonde, which is what I was when I was a baby and growing up. So,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Salt and pepper look it's an in thing,
Mm-hmm.
See,
So,
Jeremy's
yeah.
got it going on too. He's got that salt and pepper thing.
Oh yeah.
They like that.
They do. The women get on this show because of him. Yes.
It's the hair and the beard.
Yes, dude. You can't. Yes, it's true.
And the voice. He sings.
Oh yes, he does sing.
Do you ever sing for your show, Jeremy?
What's that?
Do you ever sing for your show?
No, I don't want to scare away our viewers.
It's funny.
Oh, Nick, I got better hair with the wig. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So I got to ask you, Shawn, since you've been doing this for a while, and I'm curious, where is your favorite place to investigate? Absolutely favorite place.
So I have a couple. See, like with music, it's got to fit the mood.
Right.
Like I love investigating old prisons. The Old Licking County Jail here in Ohio is one of my favorite locations as far as jails. As far as like houses that are used for investigating and for research, I would say the Hinsdale House and the Monroe House, but they're two different types of hauntings. So they're like, that's why I list them separately. But investigators need to experience both locations. I'm telling you, I don't care if you do private home investigations or if your team just does famous locations, you have to experience the Monroe House. You have to experience the Hinsdale House. Hinsdale House has a lot of land spirits. It has a lot of different stuff that you wouldn't experience anywhere else. And Monroe House, that place is just so so crazy haunted. Like if you want a place to learn about a haunted home and you want to take that with you, that is the place to go to.
See, that's where I'm kind of different with you on that one. I've been to the Monroe House twice, and nothing has happened either time.
Really?
Yeah. But
Really?
now, having said that, both times that I have been there, we've had way too many people there.
Okay.
What I want to do is go there when there's only 3, maybe 4 people.
Yeah, with a lot of these places, like you don't want to go with a whole lot of people. This isn't a place that you want to go to. Like when you go to places like Moundsville or Ohio State Reformatory or any of the really big, even Madison Seminary, places like that, where you can get a large group of people and you can split up and you can thin out. These houses you can't, and so you got to find a way to spirit needs to be somewhat comfortable. Or what the thing is with the Monroe House, there is something that's very, very strong there. It's not demonic. People say it is. I personally don't believe it is. I believe it's something that's not human, but not demonic. I think it's an interdimensional being that's stuck there. That's just from my personal experiences of being there. But each time you go there, it's different. The first time I went there, we got intelligent interaction on the top floor. We got disembodied voices. We got interaction with the Parapooch, which is right behind me there. And and then the next time I went there, most of the activity was down in the lower level with the entity that's down there. And actually, one of the craziest things, man, we were doing an EVP session. It was me, John Ward, and I think his wife Hillary. We were investigating down there, and I was just asking because the energy of that property feels like a cemetery. That's the way that it feels. So I was asking questions pertaining to, was this a cemetery or was there a cemetery nearby? And then I got into this Native American land and asking those types of questions. And then all of a sudden, like, imagine a cricket, but if a cricket was like in your mic. Whoops. I tried to yank my mic. I'm not going to come over. It's like screaming into it. What is going on with this? Uh-oh. Anyways, so they're on the mic, and they're the loudest cricket you've ever heard. Almost ear piercing. It was like really, really loud. And so it was just really uncomfortable feeling. It was really weird. And the basement's not really big. And so I was afraid that maybe I pissed something off. So I went and I ended up giving a gift of sage and tobacco just to show some sort of respect to the spirit that was there. And it seemed to help. And we actually sleep. When I go to the Monroe House, I sleep there just because it's a really long drive for me. So Ed and Pam Norris, who own the place, are really cool and let us stay there. And we just stay in the safe room there. That to me, I don't know. Maybe when you go to locations, I've been to locations that are supposed to be extremely haunted and got nothing. That's just the way it is sometimes. Yeah. It's possible one thing is when you go to these places that investigators go to, and they're there. Some places it's 5 nights a week.
Yep.
Sometimes a place is investigated, every night of the week. It could be once a week, but when you go to these locations, it could be hit or miss because spirit could use all their energy the night before. Another thing,
right.
Always want to be careful because a team that was there before you could have been not very respectful, and then that negative energy can come out into your investigation too. So when you go into these places, you never know what you're going to get. It could be nothing. It could be a whole lot. It could be a whole lot of what you weren't expecting.
Yeah, I felt that way a couple of weeks ago at Waverly Hills, like the first night I was there. I didn't get really anything out of it. It was amazing being there, but the second night was a little different. You know, doing the spirit box session, I was getting more out of it, and I think it was just a smaller crowd that we had Tuesday night compared to what Wednesday night was.
That had to have been cool though to experience that place. That place
Dude,
is actually with your mind still.
Have you ever been
It
there?
was amazing.
I haven't. It's just one of those places. It costs so much money to go to. I haven't gone just because of the cost.
Well, let's talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about that sometime.
Okay.
So Jennifer here wants to know, because you brought up a safe room. She wants to know what your safe room is.
So that's just what I call it. I probably call it that because that's what they call it on TV. But a safe room it's just the home base of your investigation. It's where you keep your equipment at, and I just call it the safe room because when you're there, it's where you are most familiar, right? You feel the most secure there because you have your personal belongings there, and you feel the most secure in that little.
And probably the only room in the entire building that actually has lights on.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And where you were just at about 30 seconds ago was perfect because you had those wings coming out from your head.
Here.
So tell me about that the thing with the wings back there. Where did that come from?
Amazon.
Oh, that's it.
Honestly, it's just a thing I was putting together my office down here, and I wanted to find a something to put behind me. I'm going to be honest with you. I ordered a bigger one, and I got a smaller one, and I decided, you know what, looks good the way it is. So I don't know. Maybe I kind of, the thing is when you have a camera, it's like there's only so much, you know, that you can fit behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I want to figure something out, but I like that the wall that it's on. Like I said, my house was built in 1918.
Okay.
Dang.
So yeah, my house is over 100 years old. The reason why I say it like that is because that's when the Spanish flu happened. When that big pandemic was. So I think that's pretty cool to have a house that was built in 1918 now with COVID. So I always say, yeah, my house was built in 1918. So but yeah,
it's just so odd how where you placed it, it just looks like you have angel wings when you put yourself in the right position.
That's just the way it kind of, you know.
Yeah, you see that, Scotty?
It kind of actually makes him look like, I don't want to say Thor, but,
Ooh.
you know, because he does have those, isn't it, in the older cartoons or comic books, he had the feathers.
The helmet.
Dude, yeah. So I'm calling Thor from now on.
Shawn Gilmore.
Jeez.
Okay. So you got that doll back there that's going to be you said it's going to be raffled off at the event for Brian.
Yes.
Do you have any cool stories about your parapooch?
The parapooch?
Yeah.
This guy behind me?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That guy, I'll tell you what. He is a trigger object. Pretty much he's a REM pod, but he's a large stuffed dog. And I've gotten some really, really cool interactions with him. The problem with him right now is the sound box for him is broken. So right now he only lights up. He's not playing any music. So I do have to get that fixed. It's just like one of those things like I have to get the guy who made it, and oh, it's a hassle. So actually, instead of getting it fixed, I keep on buying more equipment. I got a music box that a carousel that I ordered from overseas that's being built right now, hopefully as we speak. So I love trigger objects. But this Parapooch, man, he's gotten me interaction at the Licking County Jail, the Monroe House, the Hinsdale House, and pretty much anywhere I have taken him to. And the idea is that he's more, when you have a REM pod, do I have my REM pod close? I don't. A REM pod, it's like a piece of like PCB bike, right? And they put a thing and it's got an antenna on it and it's all techie looking. You have a bear or a dog like that guy. Let's see if I can move the right way. He looks more friendly. I mean, I guess if you're scared of dogs, he might be scary, but he's, he's
looks like a police dog.
Kind of, yeah. He's a boxer. That's what they call it. But there is a vendor that builds these dogs, and I don't remember what it's called. But they do sell them on their website. But they have all different dogs that they do. And I mean, they have like poodles, they have chihuahuas.
I was going to say, I would need a chihuahua because I'm a little guy.
It's a Vortex Ghost Gear. So if you go to Vortex Ghost Gear, it's Trigger Prop Dogs. Let's see. So it's the ones that, and they even have cats. So, yeah. Oh, they have new ones here. I'm looking at the website. So I don't know. I love trigger objects. I think that it's just a matter of, it's like the difference between going to like an adult doctor's office and going to a kid's doctor's office. You go to the kid's doctor's office, they have all these toys, they have things for you to play with and distract the kids, right? And it's more pleasant. So that's kind of the same idea that I have with trigger objects. I feel like I get more interaction with my trigger objects than I do with the regular equipment, because they're just like, it's techie. They don't know what it is. So someone from, if it's a spirit from 1920, they're not going to be like, yeah, touch the antenna. What's an antenna? So it's just a lot easier, especially when you go.
Yeah, this actually makes a lot of sense, because people back then, especially if you're dealing with spirits of children, would be most likely to come up to a pet, whether if it's a dog or a cat.
Yeah, I think
that makes perfect sense.
I think even as an adult, you're not, you'd be like, oh, go. If you're here, say hi to the, go. All you have to do is pet the dog, and you'll know that you're here. Instead of saying, "Oh, go touch my REM pod." What's that? It's just an easier way, and especially when you're in a home or a business where they're not used to people investigating. So you're teaching spirit to communicate, essentially, right? Well, you're finding a way to bridge that gap, right?
Right.
So having something that's more familiar, that's why I'm really excited for this carousel. It's a ceramic carousel music box that lights up. It's a REM pod that.
I'll be right back.
Oh, I'm hearing a music box now.
Yeah, I think that was Jeremy's doorbell, I do believe. Since he's got hearing aids and kind of deaf. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you brought that up, and I'm actually looking at their website, dude. They got some great animals.
Yeah.
And dude, it's a great price. Like some of these other sites you go to, they're outrageous expensive, but these guys, that is not an expensive price.
See, I don't know. For me, like I don't feel like you should have to spend a whole lot of money on equipment.
Right.
For it to work, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. You don't have to go to just the big name websites. Have I gotten stuff off the big name websites? Of course I have.
Right.
But the good stuff, like, I don't know, I love trigger objects. Like, if I see someone on Facebook, like this carousel that I'm waiting on, this guy out in the UK, he's custom making it, and
Is it Brent and Emma?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I know Brent and Emma. We know Brent and Emma. Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's who's doing this carousel, and it's I'm really excited to get it. Man, these trigger objects, I'm telling you, I don't know, that's my favorite thing. Aside from tuning in spiritually, I like to do the old school stuff. I don't You don't necessarily need to get all crazy, but I'm okay for personal experience. I'm okay with doing dowsing rods. I have the light up dowsing rods too. I'm okay with that, but if you're looking for something scientific, that's not the route you're going to go. But for me, I know I trust myself. I know what I feel when I'm doing it. So that's my personal experience, and I take that as my own personal information. So I'm not going to go and present it in the same way as I would like an EVP or a REM pod hit, right? So, but to me, it can still be just as validating. It's just different. It's more spiritual, right?
I probably have the cheapest trigger object in the world, and I'm okay with it.
Fidget spinner, nice.
And it
lights up.
All right.
So, so I love to put this down to see, especially like I know there's going to be children there, just to try and get something out of it. So, $5 off of Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gone to Walmart before investigations. If I know that there's a story of a kid, I'll go get into like a $2 ball.
Yep.
I'll do it. I would suggest having a leveler with you so you can at least make sure that you're putting the ball in a level place. But that's the debunker, right? You've got to be able to. You have to be critical of your own evidence. But as long as you do that, man, dude, you could take balloons and use those. I've seen people do some really, really interesting stuff, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. You can get a compass. You can do so many different things.
Yeah, a compass is one of the more recent things that I bought, so that I can try them out for places that are reported to have portals.
Sorry, I was just telling my dog to go. I was like, go, get out of here, go. My bad. I was listening. I'll go. My bad.
He wants to show up on camera because we haven't been blessed by ghosts in a while.
Well,
You have a resident ghost in your home?
No, it's actually Tim and Crystal. They have a pet cat that they've named Ghost, and it's like every time one of them gets onto a show of any kind, that cat always makes an appearance.
He does.
Yeah, and I'm not talking just jumping up beside them. We're talking walking on their laptop in front of the camera.
It's funny how cats will do that, though. They know.
Yeah.
Cats know what they're doing.
Yep. And Jennifer, there's a button up here. She wanted to know if the fidget spinner lights up with the touch. This button's up top right here. So unfortunately, you don't light with just a touch, but you just push the button. It lights up. Just a simple, easy little trigger object.
Mm-hmm.
They can push it, though.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And then also, Jennifer, with the compass, because the compass is magnetic, is that if you're walking somewhere and then all of a sudden the compass starts going haywire, then you got something strange right there in that specific spot going on.
Yep. It's all through the magnetic, like you said, and the theory is the electromagnetic waves, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's why a friend of mine is actually going somewhere this weekend to check out a famous portal where supposedly you get. This is in a downtown area. supposedly you step inside like a 2x2 area and you can't hear anything. And this is downtown, outside on the sidewalk.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Dude,
I was able to take a compass there and see if anything happens when you're inside it.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully she will let me know soon, because I don't know what day they were planning on doing. I know they are on their way there now. So yeah, I've been checking out that website where you can get several different variety of dog and cat, and they got a dachshund. I have got to get that dachshund.
You like wiener dogs?
That's really a very smart concept, because they would be more likely to try to interact with the animal than they would with a device.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, because before, I would have my K2 and I would say, okay, if you reach for that green light, you might be able to light it up like a Christmas tree. Trying to come up with something that they would be really familiar with, even though that what they're reaching for is way beyond their understanding.
Right. That's why I love trigger objects. I think that they're just more inviting, and they do this. I mean, it's a REM pod, right? It's just doesn't have the antenna. I mean, it has the antenna, you just don't see it, right?
I think it's just a great concept of how it was put together, and that's what I love about talking to different people in this field, because like I didn't know there was stuff like that out there. I knew there was REM pods and stuff, but until you had mentioned that, I never knew. And it's just amazing to learn something new every time I talk to somebody.
That's what I love about it, doing it too. That that's what it's that's what we do what it's all about, right? It's about learning from each other.
It is. And the more you know.
I'm missing the rainbow and the star.
That's exactly what I was picturing. Because I've got a friend. Every time she does something like that, she's always posting that. The more you know, that little animated thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick says he'll be back soon. I think he's the one that was. Nick is one of the people that is going to be joining me at the Gill House after.
Yep.
So I'm really excited. I saw Nick and Tom. They came out to Cleveland. And I gave them a little tour. Went to the Christmas Story House and went outside the Franklin Castle, and I got a nice Italian meal. And it'll be good to see them again. They're good people.
Dang.
Yeah, Nick and I are working very close together on a couple of different projects. He was the one who was telling me about the event next week. And I was like, yeah, I got the weekend off of work because I work every other weekend. But it never hit me the actual date. I'm like, that's Angelia's birthday. I can't go.
Hey, you got to be there. You know what? I'm actually going to be missing the Fairfield con, their first con, because it's on my daughter's birthday. So, what can you do?
Yep, family first.
Right.
I've been there.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what? That's just how it is, and that's what we stand for, because we go out there and help other families, but we take care of our families.
Definitely. Family's got to come first, man. You gotta make sure. I mean, what we do, you got to make sure that your family's taken care of. I mean, the I don't know. To me, I'm a real spiritual person, and if things get out of whack, that can affect a lot of things, and you don't want that. And I would never want my kids to feel like my me doing the paranormal with, like they're like it's more important than them or anything like that.
Right.
Nobody wants their kids to feel that way.
No.
Yeah, we love the paranormal. Yeah, we want to help, we want to support, but family's got to come first.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So speaking of which, do you think that any of your kids will eventually follow your footsteps into this?
I don't know. Maybe.
I know you already said that your one daughter is definitely not ready.
No, none of them are ready. My one, so I have one that's definitely too young, and my son, I don't know. He says he wants to come, but I mean he's too rowdy. It wouldn't be good. He needs to just mature a little bit more. I know he has the curiosity. He wants to know what dad does. But right now he would just get like so incredibly bored and he would just end up contaminating everybody's evidence. Not he's 11 going on 12. My two oldest, they're actually Irish twins. They're 11 months and 2 weeks apart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so 2 weeks out of the year they're the same age.
Wow.
Yeah, I say that every year.
Okay. Okay, so one more cool story, if you have one. Let's talk about Raggedy Ann.
Honestly, the Raggedy Ann doll was a gift from a regular on my show. Her name's Erin. It was okay. So what happened was Brian Mertzall, my co-host, he has a little mini Raggedy Ann doll that he and his old team had. And they would take it from location to location, and it ended up getting an attachment. And Joe from Para Oddities, he somehow, so with the doll got an attachment, and then the team felt like they needed to do something with the doll. This was after Brian left the team.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in New York, and so somehow this doll ended up at the Para Oddities shop in Buffalo, New York. And so one show, Brian was talking about this doll, the Raggedy Ann doll, and Joe from Para Oddities just so happened to be watching the show. He's like, I have your doll. Her name is Barb. He's like, I have Barb. We thought it was a joke. Like, yeah, all right, whatever. He ended up having this doll, like random, like crazy serendipity of now Brian has this doll. So anyways, this doll became a big topic on our show, and Aaron said, hey, I have an old Raggedy Ann doll from when I was a kid, and I'd love to add that to your collection. Talking to Brian, of course. And so I live a lot closer to Aaron, and I've known Aaron for a long time. And so Aaron brought it to me, and I said, hey, that's a really cool doll. She looks good sitting on my chair, and she hasn't left my chair since. So
that's awesome.
Brian, I'm keeping her.
Yeah, I found a Raggedy Ann doll one time, and we had been watching a documentary on The Conjuring. Yes, it is funny. Yes, it is. And I'm arguing with my daughter. She's in the kitchen, and I brought it home, and I put it in one of the beds and put the covers over after we'd watched this documentary on The Conjuring and Raggedy Ann. When he went to bed and pulled the covers back, guess who was sitting there? Yep.
Nice.
Good old dad.
And how loud was the scream?
Oh, man, they freaked out. They weren't sleeping in that room the rest of the night. There's an old barn sale. It was like a garage sale. It was in a barn. I was going to my mom's house. My mom lives out in the country, and so these people were having this big sale. And I was like, hey, I love stopping at these sales because you never know what you're going to find. And my daughter points out this old doll.
and it was a creepy old doll. I was like, yes, and it was only 50 cents, so I bought it. I brought it home, and my wife was like, "Get that thing the hell out of my house." So I gave it to Eric McGill from Ectovision, and so now it's sitting at his house. But that happens. Like, I end up with stuff, and then my wife is like, "No, get out of my house." I've donated a chair to Madison Seminary. I had from a case. That these people got this old like handmade chair from like a fair. That some guy had it at his stand, and they ended up buying this creepy old chair and turned into like a chair that their daughter kept a voodoo doll on. So it was like a whole big case thing, and so I donated this chair to Madison, and then I got these other chairs that's at Fairfield. So I get stuff, and if my wife isn't okay with me keeping it, I donate it. So, because I think that's important to keep those things intact. A lot of people want to burn stuff like that, and I don't agree with that theory. So, I think that you need to keep them intact, and if they, if it's something you don't want in your home, find a place that'll take it. I mean, there's people that have museums and or people that have collections, and they'll take care of it for you. There's no need to get rid of it. Sometimes, you do have to do the binding, and you do have to bury it, things like that. And sometimes you have those cases, but it's if you can, I think that it's best to try and keep things intact, and because who knows what you're releasing, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have museums here and there, because there's only two museums that I know of, and that would be the one in Vegas and the one at the Warren's house.
Oh, there is one. And actually, he is the guy that runs it. He is the guest on my show this week.
Nice.
One second here. Let's see it. So I know he just moved. Hold on 1 second here. Sorry, I'm looking this up quickly. Trying to be quick about it, anyways.
You're fine.
Where's it at? Uh-oh. Why is it? Hold on. So Steve Hummel. Do you know who Steve Hummel is? He's the guy that runs it. He's going to be the guest on my show on our paranormal podcast on Wednesday. But he runs Archives of the Afterlife, National Museum of the Paranormal.
Nice.
It's a place to look into. He's got some really cool stuff.
So where's he located?
He's out of West Virginia. His old location was in Moundsville, just a couple blocks away from the old prison. I was trying to find where the new location is, and that's what I'm not finding.
I think it'd be pretty cool if we had some locations more in Central America.
Start one.
Yeah.
Don't I have enough on my plate?
It's
Normally,
in Cameron,
yes.
West Virginia. That's where this place is.
Okay.
So it's not far from Moundsville.
So that's coming up this next Wednesday.
That's when he's going to be on my show. Yes. Steve Hummel will be on my show, and we're going to talk about he's got quite the collection, man. So he he got a lot of his start from, being in Moundsville. And he actually has the hat from the electric chair. I don't know if the hat's the right, but like the part that you put on your head for the electric chair, he has that in a case at his museum. Yeah, and he has a doll where so I didn't my old team and I were investigating there, and I dropped my tri-field natural meter into this box that the doll was in. I was kind of like had it resting on the edge as I was trying to ask questions, and it fell into the box. And so I was just like, okay, knowing that this doll was considered to be cursed or whatever, I was just like, oh, I hope it's okay. I have to reach in and grab this. And so I did. I reached in, I grabbed it. By doing that, I touched the doll. And after I touched the doll, I just felt off the rest of the night. Like, it was the really weird feeling, and I can't explain it. I really can't explain the way that I felt, but it wasn't right, and it just felt really weird. And ever since, I've been wanting to get back to this doll and investigate this doll more. So I've been in talks with Steve to make this happen. So but when I do this, I want to make not like a documentary, but I want to make like a short film about it. I want it to be well done, because I feel like that there's something really to this. There's something really to this. Like this doll, there's something. I don't know. It was one of the weirdest personal experiences I've had.
I think that'd be pretty awesome, man.
Yeah. Hopefully follow up on that.
Oh, I'm working on it. It's an ongoing thing. It's just a matter of finding, you gotta find someone to do camera work for you and everything. I have the video editing program. Probably won't come out very good, but I can try and edit something, but I definitely would need. I've been trying to find someone. I had 2 guys that were able to help me out, but then life happened and we had to reschedule, and then COVID happened. So now it's been it's been put on pause. It will. Oh, and then the archives also, they closed for a while, so that put a little bit of a strain on it. But now he's back open for business, and hopefully I'll be able to get this done sooner than later, because this.
Okay.
I need to figure that out.
Definitely hope we do, because I would like to see that.
Absolutely, I would too.
Yeah. And we are coming up towards the end of the show. So tell everybody where they can find you, your podcast, your team pages, how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, definitely. So really, the main thing I want to plug really is this Public Ghost Hunt. The Public Ghost Hunt that's what I'm working the hardest on right now. So guys, please go. It's Ghost Hunt for Brian at Ghost Hunt for Brian at eventb.com. And there it is on ticker now. So this is really just real near and dear for me. And but go check that out. A lot of cool people will be there, and it will be a fun night. And also our Paranormal Podcast Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern on RU Media Network. We play it on YouTube. We play it on our Paranormal Podcast Facebook page and on the RU Media Network Facebook page. But when it's on YouTube, it is on RU Media Network's YouTube channel. And then we also have the replay that goes out. And if you have a favorite podcast, that you like to use a different app or whatever, we're probably on it. We're on it. iHeartRadio. We're on what is that? The Apple Radio. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on them all. So
You're everywhere.
we try to, and it's about getting the word out for our guests, right? So we want to get it out as get them out and help them with whatever project they're working on as most as we can. So we when we do our podcast, we do it live on Spreaker, and then Spreaker goes and it gets sent out to all these other podcast outlets. So it's there. And then Dark Alley Paranormal Facebook is probably the best way to look us up there. And then you can always find me on Facebook, Shawn Gilmore. I'm always happy to answer any questions or anything that comes my way. If anyone wants to be a guest on my show, always happy to get people on. I'm not picky at all. Like I said, it's all about getting people out there and learning from everybody. So,
and I'll tell you what, it was an absolute blast being on your show a few weeks ago. It was a blast.
Thanks, man. You know what? That was a real fun one too. That was a real fun one. We even played the song. We played the Christmas song.
Yeah, no, I was completely blown away when you did that.
That was awesome, man. I love that you do that. I do. You brought the community together, and you got a good message out there. I love it.
That's awesome. So with that, next week, our guest is going to be Barry Fitzgerald from Ghost Hunters International.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's actually doing a double header because he is scheduled to be on Paranormal Mysteries with Tom, Amy, Nick, Adam, and Marty. They have 5 hosts on that show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's going to be doing their show at 3:00 Eastern time, and then 4 hours later he's going to be doing our show. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that one. All right, well, I'll tell you what, Shawn, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much for being on with us tonight.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, you absolutely killed it, brother. Absolutely killed it, dude.
Thanks,
man. I loved it.
And now you've given me the inspiration to go and try to get me a little pair of pooch.
Oh, dude, I love that guy. I love him. So I'm actually, I don't know, I might end up getting another one. So I pulled up the website when you guys were looking at it too. I'm like, maybe I should get one of these other ones because they have like these other ones that are a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think I'm going to get the Dachshund one.
Yeah. Well, they
I'm
even
going
have
to get the cat.
The cat?
Sorry, I'm going to get a cat and I'm going to hide it in my house. So that way when my kids walk into that room, yeah, it's fun time.
Actually,
you are so mean, Scotty.
I did that on an investigation of Brian. I took a motion sensor and I hid it in a room that I knew that he was going to be doing a solo in. So I go off and walked around.
That's awesome. All right, well, Shawn, thank you so much for being on tonight.
Yes, thank you, brother.
Fun.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah. So until next week, if it's paranormal or beyond,
we got it covered.
Thank you so much for everybody watching, and we'll see you all next week.
Yes, thank you, everybody.